Hello, this is the One Episode Rule, a podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie, and I thought it was Sunday.
Oh my,
I've lost so much time.
It's okay.
it's gone.
It's the Elden Ring, isn't it?
It's the Elden Ring.
I knew we wouldn't be seeing.
Truly, I have become the Tarnished.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're having a good time in there.
I
Are
will
you-
not be able to rest until I have stood before the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord.
Good for you. Good for you.
How are y'all's personal quests?
I am also the tarnished.
Oh.
Not that I know what that means, but I'm very sleepy.
You know, they haven't even explained to me what that means. I know what I am.
It's a big game.
But I don't know why I'm called that.
Right?
You know what you did.
Yet.
It's been
You
26 hours. Anyway, go on.
That's all I have to report. Really, is that I'm also diminished in some sense.
Blackle sleepy.
My right big toe is itchy, and I don't know why. And there's nothing really like
Tower fandom.
Blackle, can I just say that I really appreciate your commitment to participating in the Elden Ring community, despite having no experience whatsoever with the video.
and my refusal to download it or even play it or anything.
or acknowledge the reality of it in any way.
Yeah.
I'm getting really good at
it. Blackle's good at Elden Ring. Hi, I'm Joey, and I don't know, Elden Ring has a big dog. That's cool.
It has a number of big dogs.
Yeah. You walk up to any creature and it's just got a label that says dog.
Could this be a dog?
But yeah, I haven't done much this week. I had a 10-hour workday today, and I'm very tired as well.
I'm thinking if I come out of Elden Ring at some point, I should watch some more anime.
Yeah, gotta watch more JJK. We gotta watch more of that together.
I was thinking about what do I do after I finish JJK, because I've been watching that at a pretty good clip. I'm up to the Kyoto versus Tokyo arc. I'm thinking the next one is either going to be Higurashi, or I'm going to finish Gurren Lagann.
Oh, that's actually not the answer I was expecting. I was expecting you to go for Ranking of Kings or Odd Taxi.
Well, yeah, but I got a backlog.
True.
Big backlog.
Anyway, let's get into the news here.
Yep.
You guys can vote on either, but I suspect that it's just a personal choice.
All right.
Anyway, the news. Netflix has announced that they're bringing another original animated series to the platform based on Tekken.
Oh boy.
Normally I wouldn't cover this kind of news, but the idea of a Tekken anime is kind of hilarious given what I know about how the plot of those games goes.
Is it another fighting game?
Tekken is a fighting game that barely has a plot, and what exists of it is absolutely insane. So, but on the other hand, I am excited for the possibility of seeing Heihachi Mishima in animated form with his fucking ripped 70-year-old man with a reverse mohawk.
Hell yeah.
Here to kill his grandchildren or something.
Let's see it.
Let's see, what else have we got? Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan's manga is getting a new multi-chapter story.
Ooh!
Which is cool.
Exciting.
It's the 11th one, and it's called Dripping Gaho Hen, which is the dripping art technique. And
nice.
It's labeled as Zempen, which means it's probably going to have a part 2 and possibly 3.
Nice.
In addition, I didn't know this because I don't speak Japanese, but apparently, let's see. Apparently, a short story about Iggy has been written
Oh no!
for JoJo magazine, and also there is a spin-off manga from JJBA for the first time in ever that was released back in December, which is called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure: Crazy Diamond's Demonic Lovelorn Affair,
What?
written by not Araki.
What?
So we're
Oh.
gonna have to do some investigative reporting on that.
Yeah. Color me intrigued.
And finally, for Toonami's 25th anniversary, apparently there's going to be more Fully Cooley, which
Again?
is that makes me a little nervous. I didn't watch Progressive and Alternative because I heard they were weird and bad. But if they're gonna keep doing this, I guess I have to. Additionally, the titles of these are kind of send a chill up my spine because they're going to be called FLCL Grunge and FLCL Shoegaze.
Oh no.
My,
Oh no.
that's subtitles.
And yeah, it's
Oh man.
there's just a little meter in the back of my head labeled stress that's just filling up as I look at these.
Alarming. I still didn't finish the first one. I've watched the first episode like 2 or 3 times and never gotten further.
It's very good, which is why this frightens me. So Jojo, you said you had something for us to watch, didn't you?
Listen. This is one that it's been on the edge of our periphery for like a long time, and y'all are not gonna like this, but I promise you, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. So, let's watch Kakegurui.
Oh no. You just wanted to talk about Kaiji, didn't you?
Smiley
tell.
face.
Oh man.
It's not that I just wanted to talk about Kaiji, but listen, it's tangentially related.
Who wants
This
this
is just kaiji, but like a little bit more horny.
who wants this blurb? You're actually wrong, Blackle, but I'll explain why later.
I got this one. Unlike many schools, attending Hyako Private Academy prepares students for their time in the real world. Since many of the students are the children of the richest people in the world, the academy has its quirks that separate it from all the others. By day, it is a normal school educating its pupils in history, languages, and the like. But at night, it turns into a gambling den, educating them in the art of dealing with money and manipulating people. Money is power, and those who come out on top in the games stand at the top of the school. Yumiko Jabami, a seemingly naive and beautiful transfer student, is ready to try her hand at Hyaku's special curriculum. Unlike the rest, she doesn't play to win, but for the thrill of the gamble, and her borderline insane way of gambling might just bring too many new cards to the table.
So, yeah.
I will explain why this isn't Kaiji in one sentence right now immediately, and that is, Kaiji is not a rich people.
Yeah, that's the thing. Let's put a character profile on Kaiji, whose last name I forget.
Ito.
Kaiji Ito. Kaiji Ito is a pathetic sack of shit. I like Kaiji. I hate everyone in this show.
Everyone in this is so bad and ugly and miserable.
Everyone in this is horrible.
so fucking horny. What the hell?
Additionally, Kaiji has to risk it all gambling because he has no other choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
The stakes are high for him. The stakes are not high whenever you're casually dropping 10 million yen onto the table.
No.
Uh-huh.
Because you obviously have 10 million yen to drop on the table.
Listen.
Okay, so let's get to the rundown.
Yeah.
Let's find our cast. All right, so we start actually with, oh good lord, who is that? That's terrifying. Anyway, I assume she's from a later episode.
Yeah, we'll talk about some of that in a minute here.
So we start in actually focusing in on on your standard issue anime boy, Ryota Suzui, who has just lost everything.
Yep.
Yep.
He is playing poker against a girl named Mary, and he's thrown a full house while she has thrown a straight flush. By the way, for the non-card players out there, it's actually really difficult to get a straight flush.
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, like, I think they overestimate how easy it is to get it. Because, wait,
It's
like,
extremely unlikely.
It's not even just a straight flush. It's also that he also got a flush or a straight that he got?
He pulled a full house, which is significantly more likely. But
yeah, but getting a full house and a straight flush is like,
and two for two hands for two players in one game.
Yeah, we're talking like
that's weird.
Like ridiculous 1 in like thousands, millions odds.
Like most of the time you play poker, you just pull garbage.
Yeah.
That's why unlike an anime, you play it out over a number of hands.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're down and sometimes you're up.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he loses it all. So he's so deep in debt to Mary at this point that now he's her pet.
He become human furniture.
it's normal.
He's human furniture. He's literally human furniture in a different scene where she's put her feet up on him while she's playing cards with somebody else. By the way, I don't know why any of them continued playing cards with her after this happened to the first person.
Right.
So yeah, it's bad for old Ryota. Now, it's bad for him, but things are going to change because there's a new exchange student coming in. Yumiko Javami, which is apparently a strange name.
It seems like a bit of a strange name.
Javami does sound strange. I don't, but yeah. It's, she gets introduced to the class, and she's tall and with long dark hair and red eyes.
Piercing.
And she's beautiful and seemingly quite naive. And the clearly checked out teacher, which, by the way, there's a much better anime hidden inside this anime that is not being made, and it's about the teachers at this fucking hellhole.
Yeah.
Anyway, this clearly checked out teacher asks Ryota to show her around campus, which is a thing that people do in anime that I don't feel like ever actually happens because you have to go to class.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he shows her a fountain in like the courtyard, and then that's the end of the tour.
That's all you need to see. Here's our fountain. You know, enjoy the school.
Because she notices his ID badge, which says something to the effect of bottom rank dregs.
He's a bottom.
And he says, "Hey, listen, this isn't a normal school. After classes end, it becomes a gambling den." And you got to be careful. And she's just like, oh,
I'm
what
excited.
kind of games do we play?
She's like, "Oh, you like playing poker, mahjong?"
I understand the basic rules of poker and Mahjong. And it's like, no, you don't. Nobody does. Nobody knows how to
No
play
one
Mahjong.
knows. No one.
I used to play Mahjong in high school, and I forgot literally everything.
Blackle's played Mahjong, and Blackle doesn't know how to play Mahjong.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that Mahjong program that came on like Windows 95 computers, and
That is
trying to
not
play it,
Mahjong.
competitive mahjong.
trying to play that as a child, and be like, I don't know what's happening.
I was obsessed with that. I used to play it all the time. And again, it is not the mahjong that you see in these shows. That is competitive. This is like solitaire mahjong.
It couldn't matter less to me. I don't know how to play either. He goes. He's just like, oh shit, she's gonna get eaten alive here. So they make their way back to class, and when the bell rings, they all crowd around Yumiko to meet the new girl. They're all very very excited, including Mary, who says, "Hey, would you like to gamble with me?" Which is, by the way, just like a weird like way to phrase that.
Yeah.
Do you want to play a game?
Would you like
Do
to
you
play
want to
it?
play a game?
Would you like to play a game?
Can you stand the smelly smell?
She says, "Of course." So the whole classroom springs into action. They draw the curtains, activate the spotlight, turn their desks towards each other, and bring out the vault.
God, yeah.
And they say, "What are we going to play? We're going to play that game from Kaiji Episode 1."
Yeah.
Jonkin.
The Japanese fucking love Jonkin.
They love Jonkin. They love putting it on cards, apparently.
They love doing weird shit with it.
God.
It's not good enough to play regular rock, paper, scissors. No. We need
We-
special rules.
We need
We
like
Americans,
rock,
we
paper,
just-
scissors.
Yeah, we just learn how to play rock, paper, scissors. And we're like, okay, good for that. We'll play it on the playground and maybe when we're adults occasionally to decide who's paying for pizza.
Yes.
But no, the Japanese love it. So here's the basic rules for the viewer, for the listener here, which is it is Jonkin by ballot, which is everyone in class gets the Jonkin card and they draw rock, paper, or scissors on it. And then they deposit it in the vault. The two players draw at random from the vault 3 cards, and that's what they play the game with. This adds some hiccups into it because you may not get all 3 options, or you may get all of one option, making it, I don't know, it's got pretty high randomness. I guess it'd be good for gambling if you just wanted to gamble without, enjoying a game. So they sit down to play, and Mary generously donates Yumiko 120 chips. Now, it's difficult to really express what kind of cash is being passed around because it's all in yen. But I'll tally it up at the end for you guys.
Yeah, you
Yes.
just have to really divide by like 100, and then you're about
Yeah.
value.
Yeah, it's a little less, but that's a close enough approximation usually, I think.
Well, actually, it's very close to Canadian
Yeah.
because our money's not worth very much.
Aw.
So the first hand, Yumiko decides to bet 2 chips. And she wins that hand. So the next hand, to the horror of everyone in the room, she decides to bet 50 chips. And she loses that hand. So next round, she cheerfully says, hey, let's just do 2 chips again.
Mhm.
And she wins that. Does she win that? I think she wins that
I
one.
think she
Yeah.
wins that one.
So the next time around, she says, "Okay, let's do 50 chips again."
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she loses. Ryota is standing behind her, freaking the fuck out. Like,
He's like, "You're gonna become a pet too."
Yeah.
you're going to become a human pet. So they're gonna take you to the mall, and the security guard's gonna make you leave because you're wearing a leash.
Stop.
So yeah, she loses that. So she says, "Ah, let's bet 2 chips again," and she loses that one. So she's at she's what she
It's either that one, that hand, or the next.
they
Like,
didn't explain this very well because she seemed like she was left with like 24 chips.
yeah. At some point, like she runs out. I don't know.
But but yeah, uh, and she loses that again. So she's basically on the ropes. And Mary, of course, is delighted with this because she wants to get her over a barrel, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that's what she's done to everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So she says, "Would you play one more game with me?" And she says, "Nani?" Because Yumiko has just pulled out of her briefcase 10 million yen in cash.
Just fat stacks. She just pours them on the table.
Pours them on the table and proceeds to go just batshit crazy talking about the joy of of risk.
He's like, in this capitalist society, money rules everything. And she's just like, her eyes literally start glowing red, piercing through the darkness. It is terrifying. Anyhow.
You are playing Jonkin with an Oni. um, and the other girl is just like, I'm not going to be part of this. That's fucking crazy. And until Yumiko invokes the age old taunt of
Yeah, chicken.
chicken shit.
Chicken.
Bakar-
Yella.
Bakar?
Bok bok.
Now Mary can't take that because of the power dynamics that she's cultivated around herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the fact that she's coerced all of her classmates to vote the way she wants. So so yeah, she sits down and says, "All right, I'll show you." So the scheme here is that Mary has coerced like 20 of her classmates to draw certain symbols. In this round, there should be almost all paper or rock. If she throws paper, there's virtually no scissors. So if she throws paper, she's safe.
She thinks.
She thinks. And until Yumiko calls out the entire scheme.
Yeah, she's like, so you're cheating.
So
And-
I see that you're cheating.
yeah.
And they have a long standoff about it, and they're trying to outwit each other until she finally says, she's got nothing, and throws paper. And Yumiko has scissors.
Yep.
Yeah. And she wins.
She wins it all.
So, minus what she lost earlier, it seems like Mary now owes her 8.1 million yen, which in United States dollars is $66,978,
Yeah.
which is I don't know, like half a house.
It's fucking
That's-
rich people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's rich people.
My mini review of this show is just the picture of the driver from Parasite.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would agree with this.
So yeah, she's clearly humbled Mary, who is just shitting and sobbing.
Crying and farting.
Yeah.
And Yumiko says, stands in the doorway and says, "It was wonderful meeting all of you. I hope you'll welcome me as a member of your class and leave."
Yeah, she's like, I had
She
fun.
totally-
That was
she-
payment enough.
She totally fucking BMs them.
And Ryota has to chase her down and say, "How did you do that?" And she does explain the whole scheme, which was she figured it out from the start. by betting timidly and aggressively in sequence.
Just to see how she would play. Yeah.
She learned that that Mary cheats when the stakes are high.
Yep. And not very well either.
and not very well. And she had to have a signal somewhere in the room, but she wasn't making any noise, and she wasn't looking around. So it had to be somebody else signaling for her. But everybody was looking at her, or rather, the person behind her, because Ryota was doing it.
Yep.
Because he was made her manslave.
Yeah.
Now he has to give the little signals.
Now he has to give the little signals. What if he just says no?
He's,
What if he's just like, go to hell?
Well, she did grab him by the collar and
Yeah.
kind of almost choke him out when she was asking him to get the chips. So
Yeah, why didn't he
there's some kinky shit going on in here, y'all.
yeah.
Why did he not just spit directly into her ear from that position?
Because he's
her daddy's
poor.
men will come and break his kneecaps.
Because he's a coward.
There's the real answer.
Yeah.
Why not simply eat the cards?
Good question. That's how
Can't
I
figure
feel.
it. He doesn't know that I'm eating the pieces when he looks away.
God.
So yeah, she figured it out by holding up her little hand mirror and seeing his signal.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and yeah, it turns out she's just a freak. Because she could have just won without calling her out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she wanted to. She wanted to know.
She wanted everyone to know.
So yeah, that's basically it. That's the show.
Yeah, that's the show.
I hate all of these people.
Yeah, they're miserable people.
They're all vile.
I can't even get behind the stupid little dude.
Yeah, because he lost all his money.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that, man?
Because he's stupid.
I have
anyhow.
I do have a question that I think kind of destroys the entire premise of the show, which is what if you say no?
What if you do say no? I guess you're just not on the show anymore.
Yeah.
Just like they're just like, would you like to play cards with me and gamble? And it's like, no.
Yeah. Bye.
There's something about this, though, where you have social standing, so I think they're all just like, oh, I could get more money and be better.
Well, yeah, it's a greed trap. That's what hustlers use to get the most money out of people, is they use their own greed.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. This show doesn't have a say no button because they're all rich people, and therefore they all have the greed button.
Now, a rich person doesn't necessarily mean that they are consumed by greed. Case in point, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, who literally cannot give away the money fast enough. Yeah, it kind of falls apart. I guess maybe there is a guy in that class who just doesn't play.
Maybe there's probably some, but they're not they're not on this show.
Yeah, they're just in the background.
They just go home at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. They just leave.
They're just like, I got homework.
It's just like, are you kidding? I'm just trying to get through this so I can go to law school. So I can shut this place down. Other things to talk about. Artistically, this show is good. It has okay. The faces look a little weird, but overall, the overall aesthetic and tone that they're going for, I understand it.
It's funny because this is nasty aesthetically in the exact opposite direction of Kaiji.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's very strange. The people in Kaiji are like geometric abominations normally, But I do feel like they actually get more handsome somehow.
Yes.
Whereas the people in this are like perfect anime statues that turn like hideous every now and
They
then.
look like
They-
they turn into a Genji Ito abomination. They look like the fucking like what's that Parasite anime with the guy whose hand is an alien?
Yeah.
They
They
the way they draw the lips are like the person that has that one really specific fetish that you just can tell by looking at their artwork. It's the lips. It's their lips. And I hate it. I hate looking at their soft, shiny lips.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that in a moment. But like, here's something. I started this show up and I was watching it and I was just like, oh, this intro. Is this a good OP? I like this song.
I was
Everybody-
like
who
that. I
doesn't-
was like, I'm so weirdly into this intro music.
Who doesn't
It looked like the cover of a Asian Kung Fu Generation album.
Yeah, who doesn't like some like hot jazz? You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, and the art's pretty good. And wow, this is horny.
Yeah, Jesus.
Wow,
Well,
this is really.
I was actually surprised that the horny was all contained within the like intro and outro, like ending, because I've heard that this show is extremely, extremely horny. And for the most part, it was like kind of contained. Like it didn't. I don't know.
I see it. I see where it's gonna come out later. Like, like every time she starts talking about gambling, I'm just like, oh, this is starting to. Oh no, this is
Like-
starting to look like an advertisement on the sides of the site that I used to watch this.
Yeah, no, God, it's so true.
Netflix.
No, it's funny because, like, it feels like she's not a gambling enthusiast, like what they said. She's horny for gambling.
She's like, there was a sploosh in one of those scenes.
There was. There was. She wasn't there.
I've only heard of that used jokingly, but no, there was.
Oh,
there
I
was a
hate that.
splash.
Oh, I despise that.
Uh,
Oh,
the outro is much the same. It's just like, hey, look, asses, you know,
ass
Yeah.
and titty.
asses and titties. The song isn't as good, so I didn't stick around.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, and you know, I'm still gonna credit them for their horrible grimaces. They drew really good horrible grimaces.
That is true. It
Like-
does have merit.
Mary in particular is given to these just demonic expressions, which are very effective at showing you her inner character.
Yeah, I do also have to say something, which is, was this produced by Square Enix?
I did not see that. You want
I
me to
saw
track it down?
Square Enix in the intro music,
Oh my.
and I was very surprised.
Producers, yeah, producers. Square Enix is listed, but there's like a whole bunch of producers on this too.
That's true.
So Square has its fingers in a lot of things. So
I just saw it in there, and I was like, my eyes turned red like
Like you were gambling.
yeah, like I was gambling. No, I just thought it was an interesting thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
But-
so yeah, Blackle, what do you think?
Not for me, of course. But I think, I mean, I would just watch Kaiji.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I knew not to watch this because I watched the Mother's Basement video that was just like, hey, this is trash. You should watch Kaiji instead.
This is all part of my secret plot to make you all like think,
Fucking
hey, maybe I should watch Kaiji.
God.
Maybe I should watch Kaiji.
Oh my God.
I want to see them torture this this long nosed man.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on this.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna watch anymore because I couldn't find a single likable character amongst any of them.
I'm over it.
They're all pretty bad. Hey, listen, y'all. Okay, not saying that I like this, but I could see myself hate watching it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I
yeah?
laughed hysterically for a lot of this content because it was bad, but it was very funny. Like,
Yeah.
this is like, I don't know, it's stupid. That's all I'm saying. Maybe. So it's a maybe.
I just can't. It doesn't compare to the ultimate gambling anime. That one episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where they fight Darby.
JoJo Ultimate Survivor.
JoJo Ultimate Survivor.
Incredible.
Josuke Ito has to play a dangerous game,
Stop it.
or he's going to be turned into a pair of dice. Oh man, that would
my
be
God.
great. That would be great because Josuke would hang out with the alien dude and
Yes,
just
there
be
you
like,
go.
it'd just be like, "Hey, turn in some dice," and he's like, "I'm not going to do that again, Josuke. Last time I vomited.
It was a bad time.
It was a bad time, and also your friend's house caught on fire." So yeah, that's a no for me. Anyway, but I don't know. Maybe I could be persuaded otherwise. If you would like to make a wager to that effect, you can do so at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
That is one the word, not the number. Hey, please tweet me about Kaiji. At One Episode Cast, please tweet me about Kaiji. You could tweet me about this too, but hey, we all know my heart belongs with
Just-
one gambling anime.
Just send that panel where he's biting that guy's foot. No context.
Hey, this one had a toe to foot, foot to mouth scene too in the intro.
I know,
So-
right? It was one of the many ways in which it was extremely horny.
Yeah.
It's like maybe there's some foot people on the production staff. You just get all kinds of perverts.
Calling all perverts.
Beep 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 beep.
Would you like to adapt this perverted manga for Netflix?
Now with a part 2, as far as I know.
Man, it's weird how blatant the Kaiji DNA is here, and how little the show capitalizes on it.
No.
Because the important parts of Kaiji are like the struggle because of like economic downturn.
Yes, literally that is what Kaiji is about. It's like that is its whole core message.
It's about it's the same core message as like Squid Game.
Yes, it doesn't work if you have all rich people. It doesn't. It just doesn't.
Unless they start wagering their fingers.
I mean, I've heard later on it does get like, I think they do maybe death game sort of stuff in this, but I don't. I don't know.
Well, now you're changing my mind. If I get to watch a bunch of rich people die horribly,
I don't think that they actually die. I think it's like, ooh, it's the stakes are here, but I don't think they actually go through with it. I don't actually know. I guess you'd have to watch more and find out. Again, this is why it's a maybe for me.
I would be inconsolable if one of those kids doesn't get shot into space.
Right?
Like Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Anyway, we gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here. Bye, everyone.